Hey ladies, it's Farron Foley. I'm student midwife, V-STEAM practitioner, and retired doula. I always get asked the same question almost every day. And I think it's an amazing question. When is the best time for me to vaginal steam? Well, my answer is that every woman's body is different. So what works for me might not work for you. That's why it is so incredibly important to have a practice of vaginal steaming. Vaginal steaming is not something that you just do one time and you're like, I experienced it. Yeah, I know what it does for my body. No, it's a practice, because your first vaginal steam, your body's going to react different after your fourth and your fifth vaginal steam. You're going to see so many more benefits, so much more improvement with your libido and your vaginal canal when you're vaginal steaming consistently, and it is a practice. And there is no right time for me to tell you when to vaginal steam, because your body might love vaginal steaming right after your menstrual cycle, whereas some other women's body might love vaginal steaming before their menstrual cycle. So I know that this doesn't sound like anything over the internet right now, but I'm here to tell you that it really just depends on your body and when you love to vaginal steam and when it's convenient for you. I always say that because it's more important to vaginal steam than not vaginal steam, and say, oh, I'm supposed to vaginal steam right after my cycle and I didn't. So now I'm about to start my cycle, so I'm not going to vaginal steam. It's more important for you to vaginal steam than not to vaginal steam. Like, say you missed your time of the month that you typically would vaginal steam because you read it online that you should vaginal steam at this particular time of the month. So you just didn't do it at all. It's better to vaginal steam than not do it at all. Another thing is, now, if you are trying to conceive a baby, it is important that you are not vaginal steaming after ovulation. So you'll vaginal steam right after your menstrual cycle, leading up to ovulation. And once you've ovulated, that's when you won't vaginal steam. If you are not trying to have a baby, it is important for you to vaginal steam at least once a month. At least once a month. And it doesn't matter when you vaginal steam if you're not trying to have a baby. If you're trying to conceive, you'll vaginal steam anytime between leading up to ovulation. I will say for fertility, you can vaginal steam right before ovulation and you'll have a greater chance of conception right before ovulation. But once again, if you're not able to make that, if your schedule doesn't allow you to do it when you planned it, just vaginal steam, period. Specifically if you're not trying to conceive. It is very important that you're not vaginal steaming while you're already bleeding. It is very important that you are not vaginal steaming. If you see blood, do not vaginal steam. Even if it's just that dark brown blood, you do not want to vaginal steam, because vaginal steaming will induce bleeding. But as for when to vaginal steam, girl, get it done. The statistics show that Black women have the highest rates of fibroids and hysterectomies. That's a silent genocide. And I believe that living a life of optimal uterine health will help prevent things like hysterectomies. And vaginal steaming is very effective when you want to reduce the amount of bleeding that you're bleeding a month, when you want to reduce the amount of cramps that most people who vaginal steam after a practice of vaginal steaming, they don't cramp anyway. So reduce or get rid of all the cramps altogether. Vaginal steaming is good to boost the libido. So you might want to vaginal steam before you have sex, and before you have sex, if you vaginal steam, your vaginal canal is nice and warm and it's perfect right before sex. So make it your practice. Make vaginal steaming your own thing and do your thing. Once again, it's Farron Foley. I am a student midwife at Southwest Wisconsin Technical College, and I am currently living in Houston, where I'm looking for preceptorship at the time with a birth center, and I'll be working in a birth center soon. So thank you all for following me. Thank you all for loving my videos. And to order your vaginal steaming herbs, you go online to www.edensgardenservices.com, where you can order your vaginal steaming herbs. I have Exodus Detox. That is a detox blend that is made to cleanse the uterus. I have women who have fallopian tubes that might need to be unclogged, or who have a repeat history of miscarriage. This vaginal steam is really good for things like that. It's really good for just a all-around detox. I have Jordan River Vaginal Steam Blend, and the Jordan River Vaginal Steam Blend is really good to help create circulation. It's really good for women to boost their libido, for women who want to boost their libido. Another thing is the Jordan River is good for after birth. It's good to replenish and nourish the womb. I have lots of green herbs in here: raspberry leaf, nettle leaf, alfalfa. I have all kind of healing benefits in the Jordan River. And the last vaginal steam that I have is fertility vaginal steam. I don't recommend you using the fertility vaginal steam if you have never vaginal steam before. We would first detox you and then kind of go to the fertility vaginal steam. The fertility vaginal steam is made for women who have a regular menstrual cycle. Thanks again for watching my video. I love you. And I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful for you all. May the Lord bless you real good. Have a wonderful day.